In this lecture, we're going to see how we can install the Gcc and Clang compilers on your Windows machine. And I am doing these in a single video because we have a way we can get them in one install. And I think that's going to make your life easier as you are learning about C and C++. So let's do this. What I want you to do is to go to your favorite search engine and type in winlibs as you see right here. So do that. And you will get an entry saying winlibs.com. I want you to click on that. Once you do, you will get a page like this, and you can read all you can about this project here. It is a cool project that ports the GCC and Clang compilers on Windows. You can download them in an easier way, and you can get on your way writing C++ code on Windows. Now, the first thing many people are going to have as a question is, do I use MS VCRT or UCRT runtime? Well, in most cases, you are going to be using UCRT, and you can see that right here. Unless you are targeting older versions of Windows, UCRT as a runtime library is the better choice, so that's what you're going to choose here. I do recommend reading up on this if this is the first time with compilers and things like that. But what we want to do is to download a single file which is going to give us access to the GCC and the Clang compiler in one go. And you can come right here under the UCRT runtime section. You see we have GCC 12 plus LLVM Clang. This is going to give us the GCC and the Clang compiler. This is what we can use. You have one that is only going to give you GCC, and we don't really want this. So what I'm going to do, I am going to get a Win archive for Win64 because I am on a 64-bit Windows machine. So let's get the zip archive. If you want, you can get the 7-zip archive. I have WinRAR installed on my system, so this is what I am going to get with the Clang compiler. If you go to the right here, you see they have one without the Clang compiler. We don't really want that. We want the one that embeds the Clang compiler, and this is going to give us access to both GCC and Clang. So let's download this zip archive here. I am going to click on that. This is going to start downloading my thing. Once you have this downloaded, it is going to show up somewhere on your drive. My download is right here, and I want you to extract this. So I am going to right click on this and extract this in my current folder. I am going to say extract here. And this is going to create a MinGW64 folder that we are going to see in a minute when this is done. Okay, we have this extracted, and if we go in the folder here, we will find a bin folder. Let's go inside, and in here, we're going to find all our binaries that we are interested in. We have the Clang C++ compiler, which you can use to compile C++ code. And if we go down, I think we're going to find G++, which is the compiler that we are interested in. Now, to make this easier to work with, I usually copy this on my C drive. You can do that if you want, but if you want, you can leave it here. All that is required is that you remember where you put this on your drive. So in my case, I usually go to my C drive. Let's open that up so that you can really see how I do things. If you want, you can copy me. So we can go to C, and you will find a MinGW64 folder, which is a copy of this. And this is where my things are going to live. And if you go in the bin folder, you're going to find the Clang++ compiler and the G++ compiler. So I am going to assume that you have these in the C drive. If you don't, make sure you adapt whatever we do to be pointing to your location. I am going to close out of this. Now that we have the compilers installed, we need a way to make them callable from any other location on our system. And to do that, we need to add them to our environment variable. Let's go to the start menu on my Windows machine here and say environment variable. And if you do that, we will have an entry saying edit system environment variables. I want you to click on this. And we will have a system properties window pop up here. Please click on environment variables right here. So we're going to click on this, and we have two sections. We have one for user variables. We have one for system variables. If you want, you can add the path to the user variables if you want this to work on your user account. I am going to do this in my system variables because I am the only one using this system here. So let's go to path right here. And we are going to double click on this, and this is going to pop up a window saying edit environment variables, and you can add new environment variables if you want. If you go in here, you will see that my cmintw bin folder is added in here. If you don't have it in, you can add it in. So you can do something like, let's do browse, and we can go, do we do browse? Let's say new environment variable, and this is going to pop up here. And if you want, you can type it in. So what I usually do is go to my C drive. Let's go there. Okay, we're going to go in MinGW. We're going to go in bin, the exact location where my things are, the Clang++ compiler and the G++ compiler. I copy the path here, right click, copy, and I go back to my environment variable setting, and I can paste it in here, and I am going to click OK. This is going to be added. I am not going to do that here because I already have this right here, as you can see. Once you have it set up, you can click OK, and close all these windows, and you will be able to use your Clang compiler. Now, how do we test to see if we have this Clang compiler working as it should? Well, you can open a prompt window or a PowerShell window. Let's say PowerShell. If we say this here, we will have a window pop up, and we can open a PowerShell window, which is going to show up like this on my Windows machine here. And we can say G++, that's what I want you to see. Let's say G++ -- version. If you do this and see a message here, it's going to tell you the G++ version. You can also do Clang. Let's say Clang ++ -- version. And if you see a message like we are about to see here, that's going to mean that you have GCC and the Clang compiler installed on your system, and you have the environment variable set up properly, and you are ready to start using this from Visual Studio Code, as we are about to do in the next few lectures. So go ahead and finish up here and meet me in the next lecture.